What's happening, Patreon? So I'm going to give you behind the scenes of getting ready to go on tour and what that looks like. So first it looks like a mess, right, as you find everything that you need to go. So let's take a look at some of the stuff that's going. Okay, this is my backpack. I tried to pick the ugliest color, like blue or fluorescent green, so that it would never get left. This is where I keep my harps and spare microphones and stuff, and my chromatic that I'm starting to use a little more right now. Right, the harps go in there. Then where is it? Here it is. This needs to go in the side here, right in there. Little batteries for my vape that everybody gets mad about. Man, I need to make a video just on that, just educating. There's my Honer cord, the new one. The nice one, the old one is right here. It now no longer goes on the road. This is my amp, one of my little ones. The knob just came off right here, but it still works. The knob was all broken. It's an old Premier. It's called, it was found in a puddle behind a club. In the, behind the area. But anyway, it was great. This is one on 5/10/15 off of Behind the Veil. Sounds amazing. It's on the new record, too, on Tired of Trying by Johnny Winter. Oh, yeah, so then here's, you guys have seen this in other videos. This is my spare pedal board. So I know that seems crazy to have two pedal boards, but you have no idea how handy this thing comes in. First of all, if I have to fly, which a lot of times I have to fly in and out of tours, this is amazing, right? The other thing is, if something goes wrong on a gig, and it's usually nothing, it's usually something's not plugged in enough or something like that, but you don't have time to diagnose it. You don't have time to figure out what the problem is. You just grab that sucker, right, and it's good to go. And you just plug it in and you play, and then after the set is over, or at the next gig, you figure out what the problem is, okay? The next thing I have to do is pick out my cigars for the trip, all right? And that's going to be fun. Oh, look at these. These are not Harp Train 10s. They're Harp Train 10 cabinets, and they're made by Lone Wolf, but these are brand new prototype amps. And there's a lot of love going into these. There's two different ones with two different speakers, and I'm supposed to try them out, obviously, when I get back. And I'm looking forward to that. So there's some cool things. I got a new bullet mic that somebody sent me, which, I probably won't use on tour, but it's good to have. It's also good to have if you don't want to use pedals. Like if you just want to go sit in, just grab the bullet mic and plug in. It's a lot easier than bringing up the pedal board, just for like one song or whatever. All right, let's keep going. There we go. There's Kate. Don't look at me! This is a garment bag. These are increasingly hard to find. This is a really nice one. It's its maiden voyage. And this is a great thing to have to cut down on big giant suitcases. There's my regular pedal board and one of my twins. The other twin is in the van. I always bring 2 amps on the road. That's Bill's gear. It's getting ready to go in. Patreon. So I got all cleaned up and got packed, got all my suitcase packed and everything. I picked out these van clothes to go in the van, and I took a shower to be all clean. And then our bunk bed that fits right over there. I was loading stuff in, and I put a piece in that was too big, and it came undone. And then all of the screws were stripped. So I had to do that. I broke a damn hammer. Broke a hammer in half. I wanted to use screws, but the damn drill bit on the screw gun was stripping everything. So here I am. This is the glory of band life. I gotta load all the gear by myself because the guys can't be bothered to show up. That's how it is, I gotta go pick them up at their houses, right? We're gonna be gone for 13 days, and I gotta pick up each one of them, right? Except for Benny, he's gonna be here. but I had to load all his stuff, load all their stuff, figure it out. And it's not easy. This is an art form here. So now I gotta take another shower, change all my clothes just to get in the van. After all that, beautiful. Okay, Patreon, I'm all better now. I had another shower. There's Brent Johnson.
There's Kate. Hello. Who's that?
Benny's driving. We're all in trouble. So Bill, I was telling Brent that Louisiana is considered one of the highest places for road rage. And at first I thought, well, that doesn't make any sense. You know, when you got LA and Boston and New York and all the people with just population alone. And then I remembered that you live here. So that accounts for at least, I was telling Brent, at least 25,000 road ragers.
Dude, that's what fucking...
Dude, what else though, Bill? Really, just look at all these people driving the same speeds.
Can't even pass them.
It's Bill. See, like, you know that song, like, It's a Wonderful World, and it says, like, I see, you know, friends shaking hands saying, how do you do, but really they're saying, I love you. It's like when Bill is riding shotgun and he's saying, fuck you. Really, he's saying, I love you.
When he's saying fuck you to everybody else.
I'd love for you to drive into the ditch right now.
Love is in his heart. That's the point.
We're on our way to Florida, and I will be documenting this trip. Right now, I'm in the best seat in the house, right? And that's what it is, and we'll talk to you later. What's up, Patreon? My turn to drive. Bill's sleeping. Everybody's sleeping. It's like 8:30 in the morning Eastern time. In Florida now. Very Florida-y. In Florida for the Torrida. Should be in Key West. I don't know. Maybe like 1 or 2 o'clock or something like that. We got the day off, which is good because we're tired. I'm thinking about arpeggios while I'm driving. I got my Golden Felony harmonica, the old one. I gotta be honest. It's just between us. Don't tell anybody. When I see people playing the new one, I kind of judge them. Like, not if they never played the old one, but if they played the old one and they're playing the new one, I'm like, man, like what are they paying you? But they don't pay. They don't pay. You know, one thing that's bothering me a lot lately is this whole music, like, listening thing. They just make it so hard. Like, you gotta have a subscription to Amazon or, you know, or Spotify. And then, like, the phone doesn't have a headphone jack. And you gotta hook it up to Bluetooth. And if our stereo is like, it doesn't know more CD player in the stereo. I'm gonna buy a new stereo with a CD player. You got ads, you got, you know, all this stuff you got to deal with just to listen to music. And nobody listens to whole records anymore, like start to finish. And it just drives me crazy. And the sound's all compressed too. It sounds different. I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm really upset about it. Like, I am, actually. Like, it's very, very frustrating. When you're, like, listening to a song and then, like, the battery cuts out on the cell phone, or somebody calls, or Facebook beeps in the middle of the song because you're listening on your phone. And I don't understand why, like, iPods went out of fashion, right? Like, that was a great thing. It was a dedicated device for music. So you didn't have to have it on your phone, and you could listen to music without being interrupted by phone calls and beeps and messages and notifications. It's very, very frustrating to me. I mean, it's a little bit more than frustrating. I'll be honest, I'm angry. I'm laughing, but I'm angry. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to put a stop to it in my own life. When I get some money, I'm going to put a CD player in here. I've even thought about putting a cassette player. Oh boy. And then all your Bluetooth devices need to be charged. As they say in New England, charged. Finishing up the CD, we put Vibes on the CD. Mike Dillon is an amazing vibe and tabla and percussionist. Plays with like Les Claypool and all kinds of guys, but he's like a real heavy duty like jazz cat. He lives in New Orleans and Kansas City. He's got homes in both places. And Chris Royal, Tom Fitzpatrick, Walter Wolfman Washington saxophone section. So I have to make Free Friday today after an overnight drive, and you saw the packing situation that frustrated me so much yesterday. Lately, I've been kind of like enjoying getting angry, like in other words, I'm not getting carried away with it, but I'm like mockingly continuing it until it becomes on the verge of being real, and then I just laugh. But like yesterday was frustrating, but not bad. It was like, what were they? Luxury problems, Cadillac problems. Van is running good, knock on vinyl. But yeah, I gotta make Free Friday today. I think I'm gonna make it on like not rushing ideas. I was listening to Coltrane last night, like a half hour ago, and on Miles Davis's masterpiece, Kind of Blue. Have not listened to that album in a while. Last night I was falling asleep, and for some reason the drummer on this Charlie Parker album, which was Max Roach, I'm sure, reminded me of some drums on that album. So when I woke up, I fell asleep listening to the Charlie Parker, and then when I woke up, I put on the Miles Davis stuff. And I was listening to Coltrane, and he would just like play the same line a few times, and he'd like vary it. And it occurred to me that like he was like being very patient with himself. Like instead of just blowing something like an arpeggio or a lick or a scale or just anything, just blowing, he was waiting, and he would play the same phrase and then wait a little bit, then play the same phrase and then change it because something naturally came into his mind as an idea. So I think I'm going to show what that's like, and I'll probably just use a few different scales, but I kind of need Brent Johnson. I don't think there's an acoustic guitar, so I might have to use a backing track. I'd much rather use another musician from the band. Our band house is cool. I'll show it to you when we get there. Well, I mean, it's not really that cool. It's kind of small, and we're all in one room on bunk beds, except for Kate and I are in a kind of smaller room, and there's cots. We can't even be in the same bed together, and it's a little hot. But what's cool about it is it's like 15 feet from the stage, so it's a nice little refuge. It's like a green room / band house, all in one. Anyway, so I'll see you tonight for Free Friday. Actually, this video will probably come out on. I'm here at the Green Parrot. This is the band house, right? So here's Here's where the boys stay. They stay in these bunk beds. This is the glamour that is our lives.
Glamour.
Right. Now, the thing is that, you know, this might not look that bad to you, right? But think about this. We were here 25 years ago in the same bunk beds, right? Nothing's gotten any better.
I think they've changed the sheets since then.
There you go. Hey, that's a good point, Bill. Look on the bright side. Oh, and there's 3 air conditioning units now.
Yeah. A little more,
Right. So, Kate, you might be wondering where Kate and I stay. Right in, I don't know if it's too dark to see in this little room here.
Presidential suite.
The presidential suite. We got to sleep, and I've had some crazy times in there. I'll tell you that. So they come out. Now, this is a cool thing about the band house. You leave it. Jim! Say hi. That's our man. You leave it, you walk through the cooler, and you open this door, and bam! Green Parrot. Right there. That's our... There's our stage, where we'll play like 3 shows a night, like 3 2-hour shows a night for 3 days in a row. No AC, right out here. Yeah. This is the legendary Green Parrot.
Like 2 days.
Right here. Beautiful Key West. Home of Brewsters, right, and everything. So this is it. Now, after a 18-hour drive, I got to go make Free Friday. All right, I'll check back in with you all later. What's up, YouTube? Jason Ricci here. Thanks to Brent Johnson borrowing his phone with a petty music backing track. That's a wrap. A day in the life of Jason Ricci and the bad kind, from New Orleans to Key West. I'm in bed, my little bed. Got my shirt on. I don't know if you can read it. Love you all. Thank you for the support. We'll try to get you guys some live videos from the road, and I hope you enjoyed the impromptu Free Friday.